So I posted last week my true achievements end of the year like summary thing. But throughout the whole year I've been keeping track of it all myself anyways. So one of the things that I did was I have this little backlog thing. So all of the games that were backlog games specific were added here. The only one that started that I haven't gone back to was Yakuza because it's a long game and I forgot everything. So I have to restart. But everything else that's in there I've completed. But two things that I did this year that are a bit differently is I now have a playlist, a YouTube playlist of backlog games that I need to play. So anytime something new comes up, I throw it in there. Anytime like all the old stuff that's there, I kind of just throw it in there. Like it has games I own, games I don't own. But it lets me see. So currently there's 124 videos in there. It lets me see games that I'm actually interested in and that I care about. But it also that allows it to recommend me stuff. And then the other part of that is I created a completions playlist. So this is not accurate because some of them, I think one of them in this playlist was removed from this site. So it says there's only 42, but I have a spreadsheet where I keep track. So this year, I completed 45 games. It's only December 24th. I might have a 46th game added to that. Because, hold on. Mafia 2. Because I am playing Mafia 2 currently for next year. Red means I own it. Green means it was from Game Pass, and that's how I've been playing it. But yeah, I have 46 completes. 16 of those are 100%. I crossed it off if it was 100%, meaning I got all the achievements. Nearly double what I completed last year. No, it'd be 46. I'm 11 away from double what I completed last year. And yeah, it's like I know a lot of people are like, "Oh, you're old and you shouldn't be gaming, yada 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 yada." But like this, it's honestly better than watching shows, getting all these different stories, all these different games. Because you watch a show and then like what? Then you're done. You move on. You find a new show. The shows are a lot like really more hit or miss than a video game is. Like there's a lot of them on here, like Saints Row 2006. Never played it before. My first Saints Row was Saints Row 3, which is why it's my favorite. And so going back and playing that was just so great. Go Mecha Ball. I love indie games. I freaking went so crazy on that at the beginning of this year. I played it before I would go to work because I live like 5 minutes away, but I still get up like an hour early so I don't sleep in because I live so close. So after my shower, it'd be like, well, what am I going to do? I'm going to play Go Mecha Ball because it's such a good game. If you haven't played Go Mecha Ball, play it. It's freaking amazing. I played one Spyro game. I think it was 2. It might have been 3. But I never finished them as a kid, and I never played all of them, so I own... And I count them individually. Obviously, Reignited is all 3 games. But they're individual games, so I do have them all individually counted as 3 games, because that's how it should be, which is why here in the backlog, it doesn't count those extra 2 to add up to 45. Tales of Arise. I love the Tales of Arise series. I'm just going through the games that I've played this year. I love the Tales of Arise series. Or not Tales of Arise, the Tales of series. And Arise was actually pretty good. Turnip Boy robs a bank. That was amazing. I played. Was it this year? Last year, I mean. Did I play Turnip Boy commits tax evasion? I don't know what year I played the first. No, right here. 2022, I played the first one. And then, yeah, this came out, and I just had to play it. Jedi Fallen Order. Never played it. Played that this year. Some of them were games I'd already been playing, but I never finished because Risk of Rain. I play games solo. So it took me a while before I was able to actually beat the boss, and I finally did. West of Loathing. Fun game. Call of Cthulhu. I owned that from Games with Gold, and I never played it. And I was like, man, I need to play like a fun mystery game for the summer. And so, yeah, I played that. Lego games. I've played nearly every Lego game. Dead Island 2. It's great. I love games like Dead Island 2. Or Dead Island also. It's just such a variety. Orcs Must Die. It's just a game I just jumped. Soma. Soma's been on my list forever, and I kept putting it off because I own it. See, my problem is, if I own a game, I'm less likely to play it because my thought is, I'll just play it later. So I don't know if there's a different, there's a lot of green, but there's also an even mix of red. It's kind of mixed. No, I think there's more green. No, I don't know. I should have numbered them differently to see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. No, I've already lost count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24 games on this list are Game Pass, and subtract 3 from that. What did I say, 26? So 23. Roughly half, more than half, because it's the higher number, of my games were Game Pass games. So Soma, Another Crab's Treasure. That's my game of the year. Okay? That was the game everyone wanted. Elden Ring, and what is the other one? The Wukong to beat. What one? What is it? Was it Astrobot? Another Crab's Treasure is phenomenal. I loved it. I don't finish Dark Souls games, and I didn't bother playing Bloodborne or Sekiro or Elden Ring because they're just not fun to me. Another Crab's Treasure was actually fun and enjoyable. And I think it's because it was more comedic than it was depressing and trying to make me feel bad for all these people I'm having to beat. So it actually made me want to come back and keep trying. And it's probably not as difficult as the other games, but I actually enjoyed it. So I went back and kept playing it. Battle Block Theater, beating that solo, that was annoying. But I did it this year. Moving out to Rolling Hills, Still Wakes the Deep, another great game that came out this year. How many of these were 2024s? 1, 2, 3, because Little Kitty Big City, fun little cute game. 4, 5, 6. Yes, I played Bluey because of Xbox rewards. If you get an achievement every day, you're earning points towards rewards. It used to be any achievement, and then it was turned into basically it has to be a Game Pass achievement at some point. So I needed a game that was Game Pass that once a day I could get on and get a guaranteed achievement so that I could then get guaranteed points. And if you know the system, you know the system. It's nice having easy games. That's where some of these originated from, actually. Are there some on back here? Like, there's some of these games I played originally just for the idea of I needed to get an achievement once a day. So, like, Lego games, that kind of fit if they were on Game Pass. I started playing 2K Drive, Lego 2K Drive, because each level race you finish is a guaranteed achievement. So that was nice. Close to the Sun, I always, like, I saw someone play it. Same thing with Inscription. Wanted to play them, played them. Inscription isn't on the channel because it would have been a lot of reading. And yeah, I just didn't really feel like it. There's like a lot of the thing with indie games is you have to do a lot of reading, like Go Mecha Ball, which is on the channel. Last Case of Benedict Fox, Turnip Boy, all of those have a lot of reading. That's why a lot of people don't play indie games, and it kind of sucks because they don't want to read. But indie devs can't always afford to, like Beacon Pines. Where's that at? Was that this year? I mean, last year. Or was it the year before? The year before, 2022. Great game, but there's so much reading that people just aren't going to play the game because they don't want to read and, get the story themselves. Which I do, which is why I prefer this over movies and television. As you see, Starfield was here. I started Starfield in 2023. I didn't finish it till this year. When I was finally like, okay, let's sit down and get that done. I did the same thing with Saints Row 2026. Or no, 2006. I think I started it in 2023. But then I finally decided to just knock it out and get it done for 2024. Beginning of the year. And I did. Got that done. Flock was a really fun indie game that I just stumbled across and played. It was another one that I played it because I needed that one achievement a day, and that really gets you into playing like interesting games. Bully from 2006, that's nearly 20 years old, and I've never played it until this year, and I freaking loved it. Trifox, it's an indie game. I had it on my what is it called, Steam Deck. I don't even know when I bought it or where I got it from, but I owned it, and I was like, all right, I'll play it. It's a short little platformer. Mario 64 style hub world platformer. I started the Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy. That will be on the channel next year, 2025. Maybe. It literally made me rage quit. I don't know how far. I'm near the end of this first game, Crash Bandicoot 1. But it made me rage and leave because I'm not good with timing. So I'm hoping to get it done so that I can post it. Because those games I did finish as a kid. And now here I am as an adult and I can't finish them, and it's annoying. Brotato is on here, and it's only marked as complete because I completed all levels. So that's level 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Is there a 5? I don't remember. But I completed all the levels, and then I marked it as complete. I didn't just mark it as complete when I finished level 0. Lego 2K Drive, we said that. Tomb Raider Anniversary, that's going to be January, start of the year. It's going to be one of the first series on the channel, and there's a reason behind that. Dungeons 4, never played any of the Dungeons games. Huge game of references and Easter eggs. Very funny. It was actually enjoyable. Insanely Twisted Shadow Planet. I don't know. For some reason, that and then Peggle, I just needed weird games. Like, I was just bored while I think I was uploading something, and I didn't feel like playing something story-driven. So I just played those games, which this is kind of story-driven, but not really. And it was fun. Assassin's Creed Syndicate. It was the last Assassin's Creed game I played before Origins, and I never finished it. I started it. I completed Whitechapel and Lisbeth. I don't know what it's called. And then I just stopped playing it because 2015, that's when I went back to college. So I didn't really have a lot of time. So I finally went back. I replayed through that. That took a long time, but I freaking loved it. Perfect Dark. Never played them growing up. It was okay. it's I played it because the new one's coming out in 2025. But that's too old for me. And it was annoying, and I struggled with things because it doesn't really port well to modern consoles. But hey, I did it. I finished it. Mafia up here. Never played it. This is the definitive edition. I will say the first game was amazing. The second game's not as bad as everyone kind of makes it out to be. And that's, if you've watched anything on my channel, I like a lot of games that people don't like Saints Row 2022, wherever that was at. Fallout 76, Agents of Mayhem. I just like games that a lot of people are like, oh, this game's garbage because other people told me it was garbage and I never played it. Like Starfield. I enjoyed Starfield. Is it the greatest game? No. Is it fun? Yes. So I enjoyed it. Yeah, I'm playing Mafia 2 right now. By the time you see this, it'll probably be finished. By the time I upload this. But it's not as good as the first one. I'm gonna admit that. Also, there's a lot of racism and bigotry in it, which is expected because of the time period. But there were just so many things that caught me off guard. The collectibles. If you've played the game, you know what the collectibles are. That made recording it a little difficult. Well, no, not really. And then there's a specific thing, like a specific scene in one of the missions that I keep in the playthrough that you'll see in January. But it's just like what the frick, dude? The things they got away with in video games back in the day. I don't remember when that came out. 2015, I want to say. But yeah, there was just the audio and the graphical bugs. Those are what kind of break you out of it a lot of the times. But it's still fun. I'm still liking it. Unlike a lot of other open world driving games, the police actually don't like it when you speed. The number of times I just been... Because when I play open world games with vehicles, I'm swerving through cars because I'm like, I'm on an objective. I'm on a mission. I don't have time to follow traffic laws. And in the first Mafia, I don't think the police chase you if you're speeding or disobeying traffic laws. I'm playing the second game, and I'm just like, oh, it's a red light. Everyone stopped. Well, I'm just going to go around. And as soon as I went around, this cop's like, suspect ran a red light in pursuit. And I'm just like, are you serious? Fuck off. But the thing is, it's also not consistent. It's not an every time thing. And I'm not going to go too much into it. Watch the series if you actually truly care. But it's fun. I always play games for yourself. Don't play games that other people tell you need to play. That other people don't not play a game because, I don't know, someone else is like, oh, it's bad or garbage. Oh, and as you can see, I do have the Insane Trilogy up here, and also Mafia 3 in. Because I'm trying to get the Mafia games all in before the Old Country, which is scheduled for summer 2025, which means I have until April to finish Mafia 2 and 3. I think I could pull that off. I mean, I've got 2 weeks break. But yeah, that's kind of it. Just a little, my own version of what I've been doing over the year. The games I've completed over the year. Making sure all those were marked as ones. And yeah, just making sure I have my own thing of keeping track. I also completed other games, but they're games I completed before. So if you add on to this 45 here, I replayed Portal 1, so that would make it 46 games technically. Arkham Asylum and City, so that's technically 48 games I completed this year, even though they're games I've already completed before. Is there anything else that I completed this year? but I'm not remembering. I think that's it. Yeah. And then Vampire Survivors, I guess I did technically finish it. There's like these other like sub stories. And I don't know if I should count it as complete. That's why it's not counted as complete. But I've completed all of the main thing, like the main category. So maybe I might also decide to just count that as complete, because sub stories, side questy stuff, because this is also going off of the logic of main story. Like, I completed all the main and side quests of DC supervillains, but then there's also these, like, I don't know what you call them, tasks that you can do. I didn't do all the tasks because I'm just like, I own the game. I'll get back to those someday. Is there anything else that has side questy stuff that I haven't done? Completed everything in Dead Island. I'm pretty sure all these other games I've completed. No, I haven't done all the companion quests in Starfield. That's it. I actually haven't done any of the companion quests in Starfield, but I did every other quest in the game. But then I just kind of got burnt out because I played it almost all year. Not all year, all summer. I played it all summer, so I had to take a break from playing it. I'll get back to it. Same thing with I need to do DLCs. So none of these that had DLCs did I play the DLC. So Tales of Arise, the DLC I need to get back to it. Hopefully in 2025. Dead Island 2 has now, I think, 3 DLCs I need to get to in 2025. Did anything else have DLCs? I completed Moving Out 2, and then I completed Moving Out 1. Again, all of this is solo. Like, some of these games would be a lot better with a person, like Moving Out or Battle Block Theater, but I managed to do them all solo. I guess my crowning achievement of the year was Battle Block Theater, because God, doing that solo, it upset me. It really upset me. But I didn't give up. I mean, that's it. That was a long, unnecessary 22-minute rant, but yeah. Oh, look at all this stuff that I don't even use anymore. I'm gonna go eat my dinner. And then probably play some more. Whatever it's called, play some more Mafia for Mafia 2.